Hey, I'm Kennedy Price. I play soccer at Tennessee, and this is No Playbook Podcast.
Hey, thanks so much for checking out the show. It's the podcast featuring the outstanding athletes, coaches, and experts, all from East Tennessee. My name's Casey, and joining me today on the podcast, Kennedy Price, a fantastic soccer player for the Lady Vols. She's a senior, so she talks about just grabbing a hold of a real leadership role with the team this season. And she's from the Nashville area, but she didn't commit to Tennessee right away. She actually committed to Ole Miss when she was in the 8th grade. So just imagine that, committing to a D1 school as an 8th grader. She talks about just the pressure and everything that went along with that, and eventually deciding to decommit and then open up her recruitment, eventually signing with Tennessee again. It's a really great interview. I enjoy this a lot. And she's a fantastic player. She's somebody that I've been wanting to get on the show for a while now. Very grateful that she joined me. This episode is sponsored by Stinnett Collision with locations in Maryville and Sevier County. Reach out to them if you're in need of automotive repair. Again, that's Stinnett Collision. I'll get to Kennedy Price right after this. Sit tight.
Hi, I'm Zach Stinnett, third-generation owner of Stinnett Collision. As a proud supporter of Tennessee athletics, we know that every game counts. When a collision puts you out of play, we're here to get you back in the game. Family owned since 1965, Stinnett Collision now has locations in Maryville and Sevierville. With double the space and a team of certified technicians, we'll tackle your repairs and get you back on the road in no time. Don't let a collision sideline you. Visit Stinnett Collision today.
Hey,
Hey, how's it going?
good. How are you?
Good. How did film go today?
Good. We were just doing like positional film, so it was like defense and forwards, and we split up and did our film.
When you do that, is most of the time spent on watching your opponent or watching yourselves?
Well, we actually have two separate forms of film, so most of the time it is just watching ourselves, correcting, critiquing, just kind of adjusting what we're doing, and then before games we'll have scout, which is where it's focused mostly on the other team.
Yeah. Is that something that's done now more before college? Because it's obviously done in college a lot, but I don't really hear about it on even an ECNL level.
No, I never did it. I don't think I've ever even heard of other ECNL teams doing that. I think it'd be a little harder to do for ECNL.
Yeah. Don't really have the facility for it, probably.
Yeah.
Now, where did you play? You're from the Middle Tennessee area, right?
Yes, I played at Tennessee Soccer Club or TSE.
Yeah. So, do they have one of the WPSL squads?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
The
Did you play with
ESL is
that
that
this
what you're
summer?
talking about?
Yeah. So
Yes.
there's the NPSL. So locally, there's 865 Alliance.
Oh, I'm not sure actually. I probably should know that, but I'm not sure.
Do you
We
play
have
during the
our
summer?
USL team. Yeah, we have our USL team.
Oh, great. Great. Okay. And you play with them?
Yes.
How'd that go this summer?
Really good. It was a great experience. We didn't do as well in like standings and stuff, but like the girls, like it's all the people that like are from that area, so you get to see them again. There are also some girls from like Ole Miss. There's one of my favorite people is Destiny. She's from overseas and she plays at a smaller college, and I love her. So like getting to see all the people that you don't normally get to see throughout your year is really nice to
Yeah.
like catch up with them.
I love being a part of I do the announcing for 865 Alliance. And there's, I think, 6 Tennessee Vols on that team in the
Oh,
summertime.
wow.
So that's
Wow.
always a lot of fun. Yeah. So what about the Vols this season? How are you looking?
I am so excited for this season. We've got a lot of experienced players and a lot of talented young players. So I think that really creates a good balance for our team. We've got a lot of seniors this year, and we all know what like Tennessee soccer is about. We know the culture, what's expected during practices, games. And so I think that helps bring up the level for the younger girls. So like most of the team is seniors or older players, so they're matching that level. Um, I mean, all throughout the thirds of the fields, we've got really talented and experienced players that have all played before. And so even during practice environments, like we're all reaching that standard. And it's like just a great thing to be a part of. So I think moving forward, I think we're going to have a lot of success this season.
Right.
Plus, with season and everything, like we've had a new strength coach, Sam Black, and he has been amazing getting us ready physically, mentally. He has been absolutely amazing for our program. Obviously, we still have Joe, John, and Mike. Excited about them. They always have a plan. We always follow it. Really good at their jobs. I'm super excited. Yeah.
Now, with a new strength coach, is there new strategies that he uses to get you to tip top shape?
We've been doing before every practice or really anything we do, we'll do activation. And so that's like a 5 to 10 minute warm up before warm up. So we'll do a lot of stretching or preventative work. And I think that's really like been a space for us to not only get our bodies ready, but also our minds ready. So when we step on the field for practice, we're all in and we're all focused. And I think that's really setting the tone for the rest of the season. I think he's also done just a lot of really hard workouts. We've done a med ball mile and we're running around the field carrying these giant med balls and running a mile with them. I mean, really good workouts. So I think just like, although those workouts are physically taxing and like getting us physically in shape, like just being able to mentally get over like how hard it is and how much you're struggling, like using those tactics within strength training is so important because the fall is a really long and hard just like season. It's really terrible. Like it really tolls on you. And so whenever you are in those hard moments, you remind yourself, I can do these hard things. And you move forward and you look at them more as a challenge rather than something to dread. And that's something he's been preaching all summer. And I really like that. I think it's helped me a lot because I think I got caught into the whole like, dang, this is going to be hard. This is going to be a really bad workout. But if you look at it more of a challenge, then like you see the benefits of it.
Yeah. And when you're down 1-0 and you're like, we gotta, but you're tired, you want to pull something out of nowhere, you can just think back to that day in early August when you had to run in the sun carrying a freaking med ball.
Yes, exactly. And it was in the middle of the day. It was at like 2 p.m. It was really hot.
If you can do that, you can do anything.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, now what about you personally for like being an upperclassman? This is a real opportunity for you to take on a leadership role. Is that something that you have grabbed onto?
Yes. And I'm super excited about it. I think I've been here for 4 years. I've got a lot to teach. And I think that's something that the coaches have really encouraged us to step into is when we're in practice or games and we see something, a younger player or just something is like not right on the field, whether it's tactically or technically, or attitude. Being a senior is like having the confidence and the comfort of like holding the rest of your teammates to a standard. We call it calling them up, not calling them out. So you call them up to that standard. And I think all of the seniors and me personally have done a really good job of making our whole team come to that standard.
It's
And
good.
so
It's like a coach on the field.
exactly. Like they
Yeah.
can't see everything going on. So they expect their seniors to step up and you've been here, you should know. So correct it.
Yeah. So now, what about your recruiting experience? I always love hearing good stories. Like, why did you choose Tennessee? Just how early did the experience start and all that?
Okay, mine's really interesting. So I started really young. This was before the NCAA changed rules. And so I felt really pressured to commit because I was like, oh, they're changing the rules. Like, I need to commit now. Like, I've got all these college coaches talking to me. Like, I felt a lot of pressure to commit. And so in eighth grade, I originally was verbally committed to Ole Miss. And I decided that's where I wanted to go. I'd gone there, I had friends there.
You said the eighth
That's
grade?
eighth
Wow.
grade. Yes. And then, eighth grade, I'm in middle school, I'm really young, and I don't think I had a grasp on really like what college was or what I wanted or where I wanted to be or what my values were. And so as I went through high school, I kind of was thinking about it more like, did I make the right decision? I had a lot of doubt. And so I decided to go back to Ole Miss. I drove there with my parents and we kind of just did a tour on our own, visited with some of my friends, heard what they had to say. And really, it was like, I felt really good about my decision when I was there. And I was like, you know what? Like, this is where I want to be. But as I left, I was like, no, like I don't think that's where I belong. Like I think I was like in denial. I was like, I don't think that's where I want to go. And so I called, I decommitted, and then I reopened my options. And I had some club teammates who were committed to Tennessee, said really great things. The program was doing really well. They had great players there. And so I reopened my options. I went and visited Tennessee and I fell in love. I fell in love. And I think that's what I was missing with like Ole Miss is just like that like experience of like knowing what I want. And it was everything I wanted. And the team culture is what really drew me in. I got there and everyone was friends with everyone. It was so welcoming. Um, like the staff, they truly want to get to know you and they like just were great. They were great. It was super welcoming. And the culture is what really drew me to Tennessee.
When you reopen your recruiting, is that something where it's like opening the floodgates and like immediately you're getting calls?
No, I sent emails out saying like, hey, recently decommitted, looking to reopen my options back on the market. Anyone interested? And it was really late, I thought, but I think I ended up committing the end of my junior year because I decommitted my junior year and then was thinking about where I wanted to go, visited, and yeah, it's a slower process than I would say.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about committing to a D1 school when you're in the eighth grade. I would imagine, even as you play as a freshman, high school soccer, I would imagine there are opponents that are like, look at this big shot ninth grader. She thinks she's all that. And we're gonna target her. Did you see stuff like that?
Yes, all throughout high school. But I also saw like we did it to other teams too.
Sure.
Caroline Betts, actually, I went to BGA, which is a smaller private school in Nashville, and she went to CPA, which is a smaller school in Nashville. And we were rival schools where she committed to Vanderbilt. And she was like the big shot of like soccer in our area. And like every time we'd play, we'd always be against each other. Like stuff like that all the time. Like you've usually got like one girl committed to like a super big school and they're always against each other, just going at it the whole game. And so like it was super fun because like then you see each other again in college on like SEC games. And so it was super fun. But I never thought of it as like a bad thing. I always loved it because I was like, it's like great competition. I love it.
Sure. Well, now, is there anything that you'd say very few people know about you?
I have watched the show The Office probably 8 to 10 times through, like not skipping an episode. I think since high school or something like that. I started like probably eighth to ninth grade and I just kept rewatching it over and over again. Like it's like my comfort show. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah. We've got three that if there's anytime we don't know what to watch, it's either going to be, let's just throw in The Office, Parks and Rec, or I'm an older guy. I love Seinfeld. And
Gotcha. Gotcha.
throw one of those on, and it's always going to be a good one.
Exactly. Because you can just kind of like listen in at any moment and it's going to be funny or just like something's going to be going on. I love it.
Yeah. So now something everybody gets on the show. I'd like to hear an unforgettable sports memory for you. Something you think when you're like an old lady, you can close your eyes and picture perfectly.
So actually, it was in high school. Um, And it was back to what I was saying earlier about BGA and CPA being rival schools. Well, I hate to admit this, but CPA usually beat us and we were always the underdog. And we finally made it to state and we were playing CPA and we had really never beaten them. And we ended up like we started the game, we were like, listen, like if we can just like hold on for dear life, like we can probably like win or like just hold on as long as we can. Well, we ended up scoring pretty early in the game and all of us like I remember all of us like looking at each other like, "Oh my gosh, like are we going to do this?" And then we kept scoring, kept scoring, kept scoring and we ended up winning 4-1 and I remember after like the whistle blew and it was all done like we all just like celebrated and I think there's a picture of it, but it was like the best memory ever. I will never forget that. Just being the underdog, all the odds are against us. Like we all like kind of really didn't like believe that we were going to do it, but we were ready to like fight for it. And then when it finally happened, like it was just amazing. It was amazing. That's my best memory for sure.
That's fantastic. I love hearing those. So now I did this with a few of your teammates, but not all of them. And I was
Okay.
going to bring it back a little speed round
All right.
with the let's do current teammates.
Okay.
Who's the funniest on the team?
Probably Skate or Sarah Kate Rath.
Okay. Anything in particular about them?
or or Cher Rourke. Either one of them. They just are really big personalities and they're like anything that comes to their mind, they're gonna say it. And it's like always the funniest, like wittiest one-liners, or like they'll have an ongoing joke on the team, but it always stems from them. I just think they have like really big energy, and so it's really just like funny and fun to watch.
Yeah. And by the way, office quotes are always something that'll get a laugh.
Yeah, it is. It is. I try,
There's a,
but usually people are like, "What's that from?" And I'm like, "The
oh no,
Office."
you need new friends. Who's somebody that would be famous for something other than soccer?
Dang, I already used her name. I would say Shay. Shay. And I think, I don't know, she just like, she's got a lot of followers on Instagram. I think she's just like got that like ability. Or Leah Klerman. Leah Klerman. She could too. Um, they just have that like famous energy. I just feel like everything they do, it's like just funny and like put together. Like they just both would be famous, I guess.
I got Nolan Bartholomew there for a couple years in a row.
Yes, her too. Yeah,
Yeah.
same energy, same energy. All of them are same energy.
So who's going to have the longest soccer playing career? Kennedy Price.
No. Um, Reese Mattern. I think she loves the game. I think she truly is so dedicated to the game. I know she has a lot of aspirations with it. She's a great player. Um, she takes soccer like into like everything she does, like how she eats, how she sleeps. I just think she's really dedicated to it, and I think she has a lot of goals and aspirations, and I think she has the ability to reach them.
Awesome. Excellent. Uh, who would be the best coach?
Mac Midgley,
I could totally see that. Yeah.
very, she's already got the coach energy. She's very lighthearted, very just energetic and happy, but there's a little switch and she gets very serious. She's very competitive. She does a good job using her words. She's just a natural born leader, truly. Now, I've never seen anyone like it, just a natural born leader.
What a great compliment. That's a good one. Who's somebody on the team that you would not let date your brother?
Jasmine Boggs.
Okay.
Just
Interesting. Any particular reason?
big prank caller. And there's just some stories with that. So yeah,
Prank
Jasmine.
caller.
Hmm.
Uh, I'd imagine you don't live in the dorms,
No, I'm
do you?
actually like in my hotel right now. I have one day until I can move into my new apartment. And so I'm here for now.
This is going to sound super old school because I'd imagine the dorms probably don't still have landlines. But do you even know what a landline is? Okay. It's a phone line that's not a cell phone.
Wait, what?
A phone that's not a cell phone.
Oh, no, they don't.
Okay.
Nope.
So when I was a student at UT, there was a four digit, you could pick up the phone and dial four numbers, and you know it's going to go to a dorm. Like
Oh,
whatever, like you could hit 5524 and it might go to Reese Hall, and you have no idea who it's going to be. So that was kind of the fun prank call
oh,
game, is you'd pick it up and call
gotcha.
somebody, and we would play the
Dude,
game
you
of
need to bring
see who
that
can.
back.
Heck yeah. Um, but our game was try to see who could keep the person on the phone the longest
Oh,
without
okay.
having them
Yeah,
hang up on
they
us.
need to bring that back. I would use that. That's so fun.
Yeah. Very good. That's all good. It'll be a couple weeks, but I will
Mhm.
tag you and all that good stuff when I put it out.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
You got it. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
The Vols.